I thought I was just chasing criminals until the night I found myself chasing the broken pieces of my own past. I was a detective in Boston for over a decade. Gunshots never made me flinch. Blood never shook me. But music always did something strange to my chest, especially when it came from a piano. There was this case, one I'll never forget. A quiet break-in at an old brownstone downtown. No signs of forced entry, but something peculiar. Nothing was stolen, just rearranged, drawers opened and closed, photos taken out of frames, and a piano untouched for years, left with a single key pressed down, C sharp, a calling card, a mistake, weird but not urgent, until it happened again. Another home, same pattern, same key on the piano. It wasn't until the third incident that it became clear. This wasn't about theft, it was personal, intimate, almost poetic. I started digging. There was no connection between the victims, at least none that showed on paper. But there was a feeling, a rhythm, as if the intruder wasn't stealing, he was remembering, rewriting, replaying moments. Then I found her, Mrs. Nolan, a retired music teacher. Her place had been the fourth one hit. When I visited, she was surprisingly calm. I knew he'd come here, she said. He was always drawn to sound. Who? I asked. My former student, she whispered, handing me an old photo. His name is Elijah. He had been one of those gifted kids. Broken home, violent father, mother vanished, but music saved him until it didn't. One day, he simply disappeared from school. No one followed up, not even me. I was a rookie back then. Now I couldn't stop thinking about him. I finally caught a lead. Security footage. A young man, maybe 25, wearing a hoodie and gloves, seen slipping through the alley behind the Nolan house. I chased him for weeks. And when I finally caught him, it wasn't in some grand shootout or late-night sting. It was in a half-abandoned church playing the piano. The music was haunting, beautiful, broken. I stood there listening, gun still holstered. He turned. I saw the weight in his eyes, years of silence, years of pain. Not a criminal, just a boy who had returned to the only places that had ever given him peace. Why? I asked him quietly. He paused. Because no one ever looked for me. I just wanted someone to remember I existed. I didn't arrest him that night. I sat beside him. We talked. I learned about the abuse, the shelters, the years on the street, the music that kept him from drowning completely. He wasn't stealing. He was visiting the places where he once felt safe, trying to rebuild a version of himself that never got the chance to grow. He eventually turned himself in, on his own terms. We found a program. Counseling, music therapy, a second chance. Sometimes justice isn't about punishment. It's about listening to the pain that went unheard for too long. And sometimes healing begins with a single note. Never underestimate the quiet ones. They might just be playing a song the world forgot to hear.